Hello my fellow fish fans, I hope that you are all having a lovely day. It's been a while since I've done an update on the Discus tank, so I wanted to film that for you guys. But first I wanted to say, if you're new around here, consider hitting the bell and the subscribe button. And I also realized some of you guys don't follow our daily vlogging channel, which is Sudden Kimpact. You can see what our family's up to every day. And in my last video, I hadn't mentioned I changed my hair. Let me know what you think about it. It's blonder now. Also, my fish fan shirt came in. I decided to go ahead and expand the campaign and extend it. So if you guys still want to pick those up, you definitely can. It will be linked down below. Let's break into the Discus tank though, shall we? Because that's really what you're here for. Okay, so if you guys don't know, this is my 55-gallon Discus tank in my living room. Sorry, there's a TV reflection there. So at last update, I had just bought my blue diamond, which is right there. And it was a little bit of drama going on because he or she, I don't know how to sex Discus. I think they're too young to tell right now. Anyways, last I left off, I had just purchased that one. I will link that video if you have not seen it, because a little bit of drama happened when I picked that guy up. The quarantine tank completely shattered while he was still in quarantine, so I had to scoop him up and put him in this tank before he was done with all of his meds. I pre-treat all of my fish, so I was a little bit nervous that he might come in here and make some of the other fish sick, but I haven't lost a single fish since I added him, which is really, really great. So I am very excited about that. He is probably my favorite one. I still would like to add one more to this tank, although I'd like to hear from you guys, because I did get a comment saying that they need 15 gallons per fish, and so what would that be? 15, 30, 45, 60, and this is a 55-gallon tank, so that would mean that I've met my limit, but that they're also schooling fish, so it would be better to get 6. I had originally planned on getting 5, but I don't know if it would be better to do 2 more and have the school, or no more and just keep it 4 so that they have enough space. I'm not really sure. So let me know in the comments a little bit about what you should do with that, because I don't plan on upgrading this tank. This tank will be my forever Discus tank. I don't plan on upgrading any more tanks. I have this one, and then I have a 55-gallon that is sitting empty that I'm going to do something with. I just haven't decided yet. And I also have my 125 saltwater tank that I'm in the middle of building, and that would make a great Discus tank, but at my heart of hearts, I am a saltwater girl, as much as I do love these, and I have really, really, really enjoyed this tank a lot more since I added the Discus to it. It's just gotten a lot more attention. So it's water change day. I need to do a water change. I just finished testing the nitrates, and they are higher than I would like to be. I know a lot of people like to keep their nitrates at 0 with Discus, but obviously I have plants in here, so I can't keep the nitrates at 0. So I do plan on doing a big water change here. I tend to not do water changes unless my nitrates tell me that I need to. I'm a firm believer in only doing water changes when they are necessary. I know a lot of people who keep Discus will do like 90% water changes a day, but especially with running an RODI unit, which is what I do use for this tank, because our tap water is so bad, I really, really have to, I really try to be careful about not doing too many water changes unless they're actually necessary. So I do test my water really, really consistently. I'm really good about testing water, but I don't necessarily do a water change daily or anything like that. There's also an update over here that is a little bit of a surprise. I got a tankmate that I wasn't really planning on getting, and that is this female Betta right here. So I don't really know. I'm sure most places will say that Bettas and Discus are not compatible, and also that Bettas and gouramis are not compatible, but I have had no issues keeping that's a male gourami with a female Betta, no problems at all. She is very happy and content and doesn't chase anyone. Maybe it's because the tank is pretty big for them. Like, I don't think the 2 of them together in a 10-gallon would work, but they're working just fine. And I don't see the Discus picking on anyone at all. So that is doing good. And then all the little cories are doing great. You can see they're just doing their jobs, you know. other than the Betta, who's hiding over here in the corner, the only other thing that's really changed with the tank is I have added some more plants. And to be honest, I can't remember which plants I had at my last update. So I will try, if I can, to insert a picture of what my last update looked like, and you can get a general idea. But I have some a Pontigian or a Pongian, I don't know how to pronounce it. Someone tell me in the comments, because every time I say that, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. But I have some of that I added. My sword plants are melting back and there's new growth, which is great. This one right here looked horrible and I thought it had completely died, but I see tiny, tiny growth coming out of it. Look! You found it. Good job. Thank you, Irene. If you want to see more of this kiddo, you can check her out on the daily vlogging channel too. So yeah, I've got some Apontigi in, and overall the tank is kind of just moving along. I feel like my rosette sword has kind of bushed out a little bit more, so that looks really nice. All of the anacris that was in this tank has completely just melted away and died. You can actually see there's a little bit of residual one right there. I don't know if something's eating it, or I suspect the issue is just the temperature, because I do keep the tank at 84 degrees, which it's hot. You know, some plants just really, really struggle at that temperature, but the sword plants in particular, I think, do particularly well, especially considering how low light this light is. As far as changes in this tank, I would like to add a new light, but that's going to be a good distance in the future. I think I don't plan on picking that up anytime soon, but I would like to add a light that's specifically designed for plants, because right now I'm using substrate that's designed, I will link all this stuff down below. I'm using substrate that's designed for plants. I'm using root tabs underneath all of the sword plants, and then I'm using Seachem Flourish liquid fertilizer in here. And it's not growing as well as some of my other tanks, which again I suspect is related to, look at how beautiful that blue diamond is, which again I suspect is related to that blue diamond. It just looks so incredibly beautiful. It's definitely the healthiest. I have also increased the feeding in the tank to a few more times per day. I feel like these guys were a little skinny, so that's probably also part of the nitrate issue that's going on in this tank. So I think I just need to up the water changes to a little bit more frequently. So I'm doing a water change today as soon as I'm done filming this video. Overall, I think this tank is doing just incredibly, incredibly well. I'm so happy with it. I was considering getting some more cardinal tetras, but given that I'm having nitrate problems, I don't think I'm going to get any more fish for this tank. And I think I'll wait on potentially getting more discus, because one, because of finances, but two, because I want to see what you guys have to say about if it's better to have a school in a 55 or it's better to have less, because I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, they get quite large. They can get up to 7 inches, so I don't know. I'm thinking about it, considering I haven't really decided. Anyways, if you're new around here, once again, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't yet seen my Discus playlist, it should be linked right here. You can also check out these two videos if you haven't seen them yet. You might really enjoy them. And don't forget to check out the Fish Fan shirts if you would like to pick them up. That will be linked down below. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.